This video will help you get the IP address from your WPHubSite dashboard and then update it within your domain name registrar in order to point your custom domain to your WPHubSite website. So then you can access your website through yourdomain.com instead of your account name.wphubsite.com. Everything will redirect to your own domain. It'll be completely transparent that your website is even on WPHubSite. So in order to do this, no matter what domain registrar you're using, you first have to go into your WPHubSite dashboard, go into the See Account Summary, which is this button right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. So we're going to focus on this custom domain section right here. This is where you're going to enter your custom domain that you want to use for your website. You can either enter it as www.yourdomain.com if you want that to be the main access method for your website, or you can enter just yourdomain.com if you want it to be https://yourdomain instead of www. And you can also see that the IP address that you need to point your A record to is listed. Your www domain is just going to point to your A record, and I'll show you how that looks in some of the main registrars. But the main thing you need is this IP address. Now I'm not going to show it here, but you can log into your dashboard and get your IP address. So once you set your custom domain and click the Set Custom Domain button, then you have to head over to your domain registrar in order to update your A record. I'm going to cover Google domains, GoDaddy, and Namecheap because those are the three main domain registrars out there. By no means are you stuck using either of those three. You can use whatever you want, but because those are the most commonly used, those are what I'm going to cover in this video. So first up, I'm going to cover Google domains. Alright, so here we are in the main screen of Google Domains. In order to change the A record, you have to go to Manage Your Domain. And then from here, you need to go into the DNS tab. And you'll probably be using the Google Domains name server. So you have to scroll down all the way to Custom Resource Records. Now I have nothing in here right now. You most likely have an A record. If you do have an A record, which you most likely do, you can just edit that to the WPHubSite IP address that you got from your dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and add a custom A record in here, and really you don't have to do anything in here except paste the IP address in and click the Add button. In there I have an A record for that points to WPHubSite, but also you probably want to point www.yourdomain.com to your website. So in that case, in this box you type in www and you change this drop down to CNAME. And then you just change the domain name to your domain name. So once you have all that in, you just click Add. So now anytime anybody goes to mydomain.com, it's going to go to my WPHubSite website. If anybody goes to www.mydomain.com, it's going to forward to the IP address or the main website. So it'll be kind of transparent. Both ways, people will end up going to your WPHubSite website and they won't even know it because it'll still be your domain name. And then I just added those. If you have an A record in here already, you don't want to create a new one. You only need one. You only want one A record for the domain level, which is @ right here. If you already have it, just click Edit, change the IP address, and click Save. If you already have, you likely already have the www one, you don't even have to change that one. It forwards to the main A record anyway. So you're all done. That's all you have to do. Just make sure everything, you've clicked any save buttons that are available, and your domain's added to Google Domains. So from the GoDaddy control panel here, you just have to click on the DNS link. And then for this domain, I don't have access because it's forwarded to another domain. But normally you'd have a pencil icon for the A record here. And you can just click that pencil icon and edit the IP address value. I can edit the CNAME for it though. I don't need to. This won't help. But I can create a fake one right here. I'm not going to completely add it, But I'll go ahead and click the add, select the type as A Record, and the host is just going to be an @ symbol that's just directed at itself, and then it points to, I'm going to paste the IP address in there, and then the TTL, that's time to live, I am going to just leave that as is, and you could just click save. And then it's going to be a similar value for if you edit it. It's just going to be the pencil icon. And then the points to, you're going to change the IP address. Just make sure you click save on whatever option you're editing. And that's it for GoDaddy. And this is how you change it for Namecheap. From your domain dashboard, if your domain's listed in here, then you can click on it, or you can go to the domains list to see all your domains. From here, from this domains list, you just click on the Manage button. If you're using the basic DNS, then you can head over to this Advanced DNS tab in your domain management. And you should see an A record. If you do not, like I don't have an A record listed here, so I'm going to go ahead and click the Add New Record button, and I'm going to choose A record. Host is just going to be the @ symbol, and IP address is going to be the WPHubSite server. And then I click on the little check mark, the Save Changes icon. And there you can see I have the A record. Now this already has a www record in here, but it goes to the wrong place. So I want to make sure this goes to the domain name of this website. And now you can see I have an A record and a CNAME record with www. If you already have an A record and you want to update where it goes to, so WPHubSite instead of somewhere else, then you can click on any option in here and it brings you to editing. So you just update the IP address and click on the little Save Changes icon, and that's it. Once those resolve, then your website will go to the WPHubSite server. As long as you've added the custom domain here, then everything will work fine. Once the domain change resolves, that can take 24 to 48 hours. And then also you get a security certificate when you add your own custom domain. That can take about 24 hours to work properly. Usually it's a lot less than that, but give it up to 24 hours in order for it to work. And then if you have any questions on how to update your A record or CNAME the www record on any other registrar, feel free to ask us. We'll find the article or the help from that domain registrar, and we'll help you out in getting that changed. Hope you found this video useful, and I look forward to answering any other questions you have about WPHubSite and setting up your custom domain. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.